music industry. And I mean, this is another interesting week as we get closer to the Super Bowl and as we get closer to seeing SZA, Kendrick Lamar, right? Because they did announce that SZA was definitely going to be a guest, and a lot of people, watched that video a little bit closer, dissected it a little bit more, and they saw some things that might hint at Tyler, the creator, being present at the Super Bowl as well. And you heard the Hey Now song in the background, and we know Tyler did a remix, freestyle to that Hey Now. It was around Christmas time, if not on Christmas, I believe. And to me, that didn't really impress me, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Chromacopia was a big album. Tyler the Creator, the West Coast, yeah, they own one right now. But honestly, I don't think it would make sense, you know, just from a personal perspective for Kendrick to put Tyler on the stage with him because they really haven't done anything musically together, right? If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember them doing any songs together, right? So from that standpoint, J Rock, Schoolboy, you know, those type of options will make a little bit more sense to me rather than putting Tyler the Creator in. When I saw those steppers march right by that yard line and Kendrick was on the phone saying, this is going to be a big show, like I thought of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I thought of that. But people said Tyler. And I saw the video where they compared it to Tyler, and they might be right. I don't know. But one thing that we want him to deliver is not like us, right? One thing that's causing hysteria in the OVO camp is not like us, and that's why Drake has been petitioning, and that's why Drake is still standing on these lawsuit claims. So it is what it is. But we want to see not like us. We want to see all right. We want to see euphoria. We want to see money trees. We want to see don't kill my vibe. We want to see Mad City, right? We want those songs. Give me N95 too. We want some songs from GNX as well. Like, and then we go to Humble. Then we go to Loyalty. Like, he got a lot of rabbits he can pull out the hat because, as Drake says, he's a magician. He got a lot of rabbits he can pull out the hat when he's on that stage. And just to kind of dive a little bit deeper into this conversation, a lot of people are saying that SZA is a cheat code, right? I heard on Rory and Mal, even Joe Budden, somebody that usually has opposing viewpoints to that group, were saying that having SZA is a cheat code, right? I believe TDE is the cheat code. I believe their, artist development and how they've, groomed their artists and made them who they become is a code that a lot of labels need to study, right? A lot of labels need to look at and try to emulate that and not try to rush these artists to put out music, but make sure that the music that they put out is of quality, is of sound, body, mind, and spirit. Something fruitful, something of substance, something of sustenance, right? That can feed a village because we need to eat out here as the people in the culture. So I believe that's more of a nod to TDE, right? Because when you say that's a cheat code, I feel like you're taking away shine from Kendrick Lamar when you say SZA is a cheat code because Kendrick Lamar could use any other female artist to be on his songs, to be on stage with him at this moment. So to say that he's using a cheat code by using SZA, to me, is downplaying his meteoric rise within the last year, right? Downplaying his catalog, his performance. Like, one of the better performing hip hop artists there's been to recent date, right? So I feel like Kendrick is sharing the stage, right? He's passing the baton. This is a relay race, right? They say that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think they trying to go a little bit further than some of the dynamics, some of the restrictions, and who cares about what people think if he's using a cheat code? But I feel like he's the one that's putting SZA on, right? I believe he's a part of her rise. He's a part of her development, right? When we think about the Black Panther soundtrack, when we think about the Control album, like 30 for 30, when we think about that extra bump she got when she released that deluxe, Kendrick, he didn't have to use SZA on G and X. He could have worked with Rihanna. He could have worked with Taylor. He could have worked with any other pop star woman that he wanted to. He chose SZA. So, I mean, I get it. SZA deserves her credit. She's a big artist, right? She does well with what she does. And shout out to the movie with her and Keke Palmer. Shout out to Issa Rae, right? But I feel like, don't take away from the moment, man. Y'all know he deserved this moment. And just to be saying this type of rhetoric and trying to establish this type of narrative, to me, is disgraceful, right? Because I'm tired of people saying this is disgusting, this is nasty work. Because we really don't talk like that for real, but this is shameful. We can use some other words to kind of like detail what we see when these people are trying to display this rhetoric of a cheat code. Because if that's the case, when SZA is being featured on GNX, when SZA is going on tour with Kendrick Lamar, you got to understand she's tapping into some of his fan base as well. So I believe this is a good partnership. I don't believe that one is taking the advantage of the other. I don't believe one is riding the coattails of the other. I believe this is kind of like a evenly play, and the fact that she's guest starring, right, on this Super Bowl set, it just shows their camaraderie, their friendship, their togetherness, their family, their bond, right? And that's TDE. So it's people that's going to say things that's going to try to separate them and try to pit them against each other, because saying things like that would kind of make me feel some type of way. But I digress.